Dikengyuan village with underground houses thousands of years old. See trees, but can't see the village. Enter the village, but can't see the house. Enter the yard, but can't see the door. Hear voices, but can't see people. This sentence is an ancient proverb about the description of a settlement in mainland China, a place where life continues with full uniqueness. And this is Dikengyuan, an underground house inherited from the past, a place where Chinese people have built their lives for thousands of years. Dikengyuan, or called Tianjingyuan, is a settlement in China where houses are built underground. Local people also often refer to houses like this as underground courtyards, has existed since 4,000 years ago. Dikengyuan can be found in several places in China. Dikengyuan has long developed in mainland China. This type of house is formed based on the living conditions of the community. Long ago, the conditions of the community were very poor and did not have money or property to build a house. For that, they dug holes and built houses as a place of shelter and to live. People living in Dikengyuan, most of them believe in gods. Like most areas in North China, they are polytheistic worshippers. City god, earth god, door god, kitchen god, wealth god, and Guandi, all worshipped. According to historical records, since the period of the Shao culture, the ancestors of the Shaanxi Plateau dug the ground to live in it. These people live in huts in square holes. Local residents dig square or rectangular holes with a side length of 10 to 12 meters and a depth of 6 to 7 meters. Then dig again up to 12 caves to be used as houses or residences on the four sides of the wall. It can be said that one plot of a hole can be inhabited by many people, because there is more than one house in it. As an access route to the house, these hole-style villages have stairs to go up and down. These stairs are in the form of straight slopes and spiral stairs along the walls of the hole. Meanwhile, to overcome the house being flooded when it rains, residents dig wells 4 to 5 meters deep, which are usually called seepage holes. This hole is dug in the middle of the yard to accommodate and seep rainwater that falls from the top of the house. The advantages of underground housing are that it stays cool in summer and warm in winter and is earthquake resistant. This type of innovative housing shows how ancient China adapted to the natural environment while living in harmony with it. To beautify the Dikengyuan, the owner usually plants various plants in the middle of the yard. Starting from various types of flowers and various fruits, it is an important part of decorating the yard. Although not as many as before, currently several villages with Dikengyuan-style houses can still be found in Guoliang Village, Wangxian district. In this village, there are 81 underground hole courtyards and 128 villagers live in them. There's also Kuchun Village, where there are 115 underground hole courtyards. Miaochang Village is the village with the most famous Dikengyuan houses in China. In this place, there are about 73 underground hole courtyards. Of the 73 existing buildings, 53 are still well maintained and 20 have been renovated and given a new look. Along with the development of the era and the improvement of people's living standards, the unique Dikengyuan is gradually being abandoned, especially for young people who consider this a form of poverty. Currently, many houses have been built on the land around Dikengyuan, so this reduces the purity of Dikengyuan itself. In the past, when entering the village, people would not find a single house on the ground. As far as the eye could see, all that was visible were trees and empty expanses of land as if uninhabited. The golden age of the Dikengyuan house model peaked around the 1950s to 1980s. During that period, the population growth rate living in Dikengyuan increased sharply. However, over time, the appeal of this ancient heritage residence began to fade. Although Dikengyuan is warm in winter and cool in summer, This type of house also has disadvantages such as poor ventilation, lighting, and relatively humid living quarters. Therefore, in the modern era, many people have moved from the area. This resulted in Dikengyuan being abandoned. Some have collapsed and even turned into garbage dumps. According to reports, hundreds of underground courtyards like this are lost every year in the Xianzhou area of China. For this reason, the local government is trying to renovate some of the existing buildings and make them tourist destinations. Modernized houses tend to be reinforced with concrete, and some are even equipped with solar panels. In short, the underground house in Dikengyuan brings a unique housing concept that is different from most residences in other parts of the world. Aesthetically, the underground house in Dikengyuan offers an interesting experience with a calmer atmosphere and protected from the hustle and bustle of the world. This place also encapsulates the beauty of tradition, local wisdom, and innovation in an amazing work of architectural art. More than just a physical structure, these houses are a meeting point between the past and the present, combining traditional Chinese elements with modern sustainability. Dikengyuan not only offers a unique place to live, but also becomes a silent witness to the journey of ancient humans in building life. Now, we moved to the next village, city in the middle of a stunning valley. A perfect collaboration between the beauty of nature and architectural technology proves the genius of humans in building spectacular settlements. Located in a valley, this is an extraordinary landscape that may not be found anywhere else on Earth. Wangxian is a valley located in Jiangxi Province, China, and is famous for its people's houses hanging on rock cliffs. This is a settlement that was built with great detail and careful construction, especially an imitation of an ancient city with very stunning roads and buildings. There is even an artificial waterfall there, which further enhances the view of this city. Because of its uniqueness and beauty, many call the settlement, which covers an area of about 6.1 square kilometers in the Wangxian Valley, like a fairyland. Wangxian Valley is about 50 kilometers from Shangrao City, a city located in the northeast of Jiangxi Province, China. But this valley comes from a peak called Xi'an at the top of Lingshan Mountain, which is considered a fairy city hidden in the valley. Wangxian Valley originated from the Eastern Han Dynasty and began in the Three Kingdoms at that time. This place was once used as a place of meditation by someone named Hu Zuyu. He was a famous hermit in the late Eastern Han Dynasty who practiced Taoism and became an eternal legacy until now in Wangxian Valley. The houses hanging on the cliffs in Wangxian Valley are a unique and fascinating sight. What makes them so special is that the houses are built into the natural rock foundations of the cliffs. The houses are suspended high about 50 to 100 meters above the ground and are connected to each other by narrow and winding stairs and paths. The architecture of these houses is a blend of traditional Chinese and modern styles, with sloping roofs and intricate carvings on the walls. The effect of these houses hanging on the cliffs is a stunning sight, which will surely impress anyone who visits this valley. In addition, the hanging houses have been built using traditional Chinese construction techniques and materials, such as wood and stone. This not only adds to the beauty and uniqueness, but also ensures that the houses blend in with the surrounding nature. This place is covered in mist and thin clouds during the day. The sound of the gurgling river water combined with the sound of the friction of the lush trees in the valley, making the atmosphere in this settlement really refreshing. Every night, the entire valley is decorated with fantastic lights that create an effect like the twinkling of shining stars. It can be said that this place is the dream home for many people in the world who long for peace and escape from the noisy hustle and bustle of the big city. Wangxian Valley is constantly visited by tourists from all over the world. Tourists can explore the houses here that have been designed to provide stunning views of the valley and the surrounding mountains. This place receives more than 200,000 tourists during the Spring Festival holiday, making it one of the most popular tourist destinations in China. In short, the houses hanging on the cliffs in the Wangxian Valley are very unique because of their ingenious construction, the combination of traditional and modern architecture, and the stunning views of the valley. They are real evidence of the ingenuity and creativity of the Chinese people in building a residence. Now, we moved to the next village.
Hidden village inside a giant cave. Right inside a cave tucked away in the hills of southwest China. A group of people have built a life here for decades. Roofed with cave ceilings, simple houses provide protection from the harshness of nature. This is Zhongdong, a hidden village inside a very remote giant cave. Zhongdong is the last cave village in China. Here, 20 families with a total of about 100 people live in a room measuring 115 meters wide by more than 48 meters high and 230 meters deep, located at an altitude of almost 2,000 meters above sea level. This cave can only be accessed by walking uphill and winding for 1 hour. The life of Zhongdong Village is very cut off from the outside world, because the nearest city is about 3 hours away from this cave. According to history, their ancestors were not the inhabitants of this cave. But in 1949, precisely towards the end of the Civil War in China, people began to enter the cave and build a life in it. The goal is, of course, to hide and seek safe shelter from enemies. After decades have passed, life in this cave continues. They feel comfortable living in a large cave. This is because the air is very cool and cold. The population is part of the Miao ethnic minority in China. They depend on gardening and also raising livestock. In the fields outside the cave, they plant various crops such as corn, pumpkins, and various vegetables. While in the cave, there are various types of livestock such as chickens, pigs, and cows, which live side by side with them. They sell their garden and livestock products to the city to get money and buy back other necessities. Every week they will buy necessities at the market, which is 15 kilometers away on foot. The average resident of this village is illiterate. They live in simplicity but are very independent. Most of the houses are made of wood and woven bamboo, built near the front of the cave with the inside mostly empty. Although remote, the houses in this cave look very clean. Some of them even look very neat and comfortable to the eye. This cave provides drinking water for humans and animals in it. Each household has a small pond that feeds on water collected from a larger concrete reservoir that they have purposely built. The water is collected from the gaps in the cave rocks that drip continuously. The villagers of Zhongdong rely on wood-burning fireplaces for heating and cooking. However, electricity has been available in the last decade, when an American tourist happened to visit the cave while hiking and sponsored the construction of a school in the cave for the children of its inhabitants. A simple school was built in the cave as a place for the children to learn. With a cement base and rows of neatly arranged tables and chairs, the children here look enthusiastic about following the lessons that they have not received so far. As entertainment, they have a basketball court in the cave. Children usually play on this field while relieving the fatigue and boredom that sometimes come to life in the cave. The local government has actually built concrete housing under the mountain for the villagers of Zhongdong. However, they refused to move there for various reasons. The houses provided by the government were only occupied for a short time, and then they returned to the cave to live their lives as usual. In short, Zhongdong is considered the last cave village in China. Although relocation efforts have been made to provide better life opportunities, the villagers refuse to give up their way of life. The government has come here many times, but the locals prefer to stay and continue to carry out the traditions of life inherited from their ancestors for decades.
Now, we moved to the next village.
Guoliang Village, a miracle hanging on a steep cliff. Located at the edge of a steep cliff with a hidden access path in a rock crevice, this is a depiction of the harshness of human life in the past, a place where oppressed people take shelter and build a life. And this is Guoliang, a remote village that is called one of the most dangerous villages in the world. Guoliang Village is a small village located deep in the Taihang Mountains. It has become so popular in the world because of its unusual location, standing on a 200-meter-high vertical cliff, making it one of the most dangerous villages in the world. Although very remote and separated by cliffs and very deep valleys, who would have thought that there is life above it? Right on the cliff we can see rows of houses that have stood for years. According to historical records, precisely at the end of the Eastern Han Dynasty, people experienced difficulties due to famine, exploitation, and oppression by feudal lords and officials. Guoliang, a farmer, led a group of hungry people against oppression and formed a strong farmer team. In the process, the group escaped and saved the highlands, then built a life there. Guoliang Village was named in honor of Guoliang. Over time, Guoliang Village continued to develop. In 1972, in order to walk down the mountain easily, villagers worked together to make a tunnel road in the cliff. It took 5 years to complete this work, and its size was not as big as it is now. It was only in the modern era, around 2001 and 2011, that the tunnel was widened. The presence of the tunnel road replaced the footpath, as well as the extreme stairs that had been there and used by residents, before it was built in 1972. The only access to civilization in Guoliang Village was a steep and narrow staircase embedded in the mountainside called the Sky Ladder. However, to build the Guoliang Tunnel, villagers had to lose their lives. During the process of making this tunnel, it is said that there were also many skulls scattered under the ravine, which was hundreds of meters deep. Currently, the popularity of Guoliang Village is increasingly skyrocketing and becoming an important tourist destination in China. There are around 1.4 million tourists visiting this place every year. Since the 1990s, the tourism industry in Guoliang Village has become increasingly prosperous. In addition to being a recreation and vacation destination, this place is also a film and television base where hundreds of film crews are placed for filming, and a sketch base favored by photography enthusiasts and art professionals. More than 40 films have been shot at this location. With the help of the internet, the remote cliff village that was previously unknown to anyone is now in the world's spotlight. Even Japanese film and television companies call this place the ninth wonder of the world. The Guoliang Tunnel, which stretches 1,250 meters, is of course the main attraction of this village. Penetrating the rocky cliffs, the tunnel with a width of 6 meters and a height of 4 meters is the main access route for tourists. With its expanded width, it allows this extreme cave path to be passed by car. Only if 2 cars pass by at the same time, extra caution is needed so that the vehicles do not collide with each other. In addition, this route is also known to be slippery and very dangerous. Many tourists visiting Guoliang Village are certainly a blessing for local residents. This has transformed Guoliang Village, which was once poor, into a well-established village. In this cliff village with a population of 329 people, almost every household is engaged in culinary and tourism, with an annual per capita income of more than 800,000 yuan, or $114 per year. Each household provides food, accommodation, and a bathroom. This village also provides telephone and satellite TV facilities. In addition, the cost of food and accommodation is quite affordable for tourists. In short, Guoliang is a form of extraordinary transformation of the settlement initially growing as a poor settlement where oppressed people fled. Now this small and remote village has transformed into a prosperous village full of uniqueness and charm. Even its charm is able to attract millions of tourists from all over the world to set foot in this small village.
Now, we moved to the next village, life of 6 villages on the lake. Standing between the clear water and the green plants that emerge above the lake, houses that are close together become a metaphor for togetherness. A portrait of a life full of beauty, but squeezed in the limitations of space. And this is the charm of the 6 villages on the West Lake Eryuan, which is so unique and stunning. West Lake Eryuan, or also called Dali West Lake. Located in China, Yunnan Province, Dali Prefecture, Eryuan County, Yusuo City, precisely about 40 kilometers from the ancient city of Dali. This place is part of the National Wetland Park of Yunnan Province. Dali West Lake has an area of about 5.5 square kilometers, has a water storage capacity of 5.9 million cubic meters, an average water depth of 1.8 meters, and a maximum water depth of 8 meters. The interesting thing about West Lake Eryuan is of course a life that takes place on it. Naturally, this lake consists of 6 villages and 7 islands, forming a village in the lake that is so stunning, with clear water and green reeds, surrounded by mountains and beautiful scenery. Looking at history, life on this lake has been going on for a long time, even since the Yuan dynasty in 71. At that time, a small number of fishermen from Jiangwei village, Xiaoyi and Dali Shi, came here to fish and catch shrimp. They gradually settled, then lived and reproduced to form the West Lake Village that we can see today. The people who live here are descendants of the Bai ethnic group. The Bai ethnic group itself is a minority ethnic group in the South China region. The Bai people call themselves Bai Zi, Bai Ni, and Bai Huo, and are collectively referred to as white people. The religions practiced by the local people are Buddhism and Taoism. Currently, there are 954 households, with 4,481 people living and spread across 6 villages. The village consists of Zhongdong Village, Qingshuitang, Dongdeng, Zhongdeng, Nandeng, and Haitan. Production and community life are mainly based on traditional fisheries and livestock. In addition, vegetable plantation plots can also be found on it. There are several vegetable gardens such as radishes, cabbage, peppers, and pumpkins. Small wooden boats are the main means of transportation for villagers. Each household has 2 or 3 small boats that are very necessary for various activities and to support life. Although this village is in the middle of the lake, the houses on it can be said to be very decent and no different from houses in the city. Some buildings are made of concrete, and many of them are even made multi-story and magnificent. One drawback may be only the size of the land, so that the houses are built very close to each other and look so cramped. The radiance of beauty and uniqueness of this village also makes many people amazed and curious. It is no wonder that now the 6 villages on the West Lake have become important tourist destinations in Yunnan Province. Many tourists deliberately come around the lake using boats to enjoy the natural beauty presented. This is also a blessing for local residents because the increase in tourism is an additional source of income for them. With the development of the economy in the community, population density continues to increase. Production and people's lives on the island have a direct impact on the West Lake. In addition, the very good lake water also plays an important role in forming the existing ecosystem. And this place is home to various animals. There are 26 types of fish that live in this lake, and the West Lake is also rich in birds with 76 species, including 39 species of water birds, one of which is a rare bird such as the purple water chicken. In short, Eryuan West Lake not only presents the beauty and uniqueness of it, but also becomes a stage for interaction between humans and the environment. A picture of human perseverance and adaptation in building life in an unusual place.